Alright, welcome back. So right now we're going to go to the second chorus of solos for the Jeff Beck song Scatterbrain. And this one, once again, starts with the octave bending riff. And that's going to be here in the 15th and 17th fret. And then you take it down in minor thirds. And then you end here in 6th and 8th. And notice that your ring finger is already up because of those octave bends. So we once again have a pre-bend going on here for this next riff. So we're coming down the octaves. So yeah, anyway, it's that pre-bend, and we're here in the 8th fret, pentatonic scale, bluesy stuff going on. Pre-bend, pluck it. Let it fall down and pull it off. And then pull off on the 4th string, same 2 frets. And then with that ring finger there, half step bend from E to F on the A string, your 5th string. And at the end of that, we're gonna go root to 3rd. On the root, we're gonna go booga dooga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here it is in slow. And I'm just rolling back and forth between index and thumb on that root right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next riff, another bluesy type riff. We're going to be in the 8th fret and 6th fret. A little bit of a slide up to that 8. So 8 on the A string, 6 on the 4th string, and then scale degree numbers here are going to be 4, flat 3rd, flat 3, and then major 3. 4, minor 3rd, major 3rd. And we're all going to do it in 1 fret with 1 big bend. Right there, that's a perfect 4th. We're going to let it fall down to the minor 3rd, and then push it back up to the major 3rd. So you pre-bend all the way up to 4, then you let it fall down a minor 3rd and push it back up to a major 3rd. Now that's bluesy. That's got some juice in it, some taste. I love that feeling of that note right there. So together it's going to be... And by the way, that's in the 6th fret. This is like a B flat minor pentatonic scale, and you're on that D flat note in the 6th fret there, and that's when we're bending up to the 4th. At the end of that riff, though, you're gonna go root, flat 7, root on the 4th string, 8th fret, 6th fret, 8th fret. So all together, it's gonna be. Oh, and then there's 3 more notes. Do do do. It's gonna go. What's that? Flat 7 to root to flat 7. Okay, and then that's the second riff of the second chorus of solos. So all together, those first 2 riffs are gonna go. And then we get to that 3rd riff there. And in the last chorus, it was going back and forth with the 3rd to the flat 7. And this time we're just going to stay on the 3rd, but it's this very similar idea. We also get the pinched harmonics going on there. We're just going to sit on the 3rd. And then we're going to do a pull off there in whole steps. So that's E flat to D flat to B. And then we're going to land on that A note at the end. And that's the flat 7. So 3 pull offs in a row, or 3 notes being pulled off. And then we're going to bounce back and forth between the flat 7 and the 3rd. ba boop ba boop ba boop. So the first one is just going to go diddly doo ba doo. Second one diddly doo ba doo ba doo ba doo. And then the pinch harmonics. The pinch harmonics are going to be over those two notes right there, 8th fret and 7th fret, and it's here in your right hand. So pinch harmonics, when you don't have a pick to do it with and you're doing it with your fingers, to me it really is like pinching. Like you're taking your two fingers and pinching the string like that. But I try to aim for the knuckle of my thumb rather than the long part of my thumb. Seems like when I'm pinching right there between the two fingers on the string, it works a little better. So I'm here on the 3rd string. I'll also show you this real quick. Right next to that middle pickup, this is the spot you want to be pinching in. If you're to this side or that side, you know, well, there's harmonics all up and down the string here, but you do have to kind of aim for the harmonic that you're trying to capture. The really cool thing about doing pinch harmonics like this is that sometimes you don't hit it all the way, so it's like a half pinch harmonic. And this is such a big part of Jeff Beck's sound when he's playing, because he's pulling these half harmonics out. He's pulling full harmonics out. He's got total control over it while he's doing it. But you know, he's just pinching with those two fingers like that. Alright, and then the next riff is when we're over that D/C chord again, and we're going to be in pentatonic box shape right underneath that in the 7th and 9th fret. And we're going to do a hammer-on, 7 and 9 hammer-on, and then 7th fret right under that, and then a full step bend. Cool thing about this full step bend is that is an F sharp note. And when you hit an F sharp over this D/C chord, well, F sharp's it's a tritone above C. Anyway, it's the Lydian sound. It's the note that screams Lydian over this, and such a beautiful color for this chord, which is really a Lydian sounding chord, a D/C chord. D right here, D triad, root note C. And you're gonna hold it for a second, and then you're gonna do. And you're also gonna do some pinching on that as it's coming down and try and pitch it. So you're gonna go bend it up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're just kind of trying to pinch it as it's coming down as you're doing that too. And then you do another pre-bend and let it fall down with a pinch. And then the very last of this riff is dragging 7 down to 5, and then plucking it again, and hammer and slide. And then you put that finger down. Very pentatonic box shapes right here. You got a box on the 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string, and then you're taking that note down a whole step, still on the 5th string. And here it is slow. And then the next riff is going to be a pentatonic box shape again in the 9th fret here. Same chord actually. It's an E chord with a D in the bass. Still a Lydian. And we're going to bend up again, but this bend is going to be a really big monster bend. It's like bending it all the way up to a B, and so you really need to get on the tip of your bending finger to do that. And it's going to be kind of slow, and you get it all the way up, and then you let it fall back down kind of slow. So yeah, so you're gonna do a hammer on, and then the third string, and then that slow bend. And after you come down from the slow bend, you hit that note in the 9th fret twice. And then you do it all a second time, but the second time you're going to add your pinky on the bend, kind of like a country lick. And the second time. And when you're adding your pinky, you're changing the tension of all the strings. So you're adding your pinky, but you're also kind of adding it at a point where the string is bent up so that it'll sound in pitch, sound in tune. If you just put it on the 12th fret when you add it, it sounds a little bit flat because you're bending that other note up so high. See, that's a little flat. So you gotta... And you gotta kind of work that out to where your pinky's doing a little bend in too when you add it. So those two ideas together were... And then... And you end on that note right there, the 9th fret. The next riff is going to be in the 12th and 14th fret. And you're going to do another little hammer-on, pentatonic shape hammer-on. In a way, I love that I'm finding so many pentatonic shapes because that's just a guitaristic way to approach a very complex chord progression that's happening here. But Jeff Beck's using it and doing so good with it. And you're going to go 12, 14, and then 12 on the 3rd string, and back to 14 on the 4th string. And then the Jeff Beck bends. So we're right here in the 12th fret, and just think 12th fret pentatonic shape right there in the 12th fret. So we start with that little hammer-on thing, and then 15th fret out here on the 2nd string, a quick up and down. Just bend it up and let it fall down, and this is all just whole step bends. And then 14th fret on the 3rd string, and then 12th fret on the 3rd string, just going down the pentatonic notes. 14th fret on the 4th string, 12th fret on the 4th string. On the 5th string, it skips the 14th fret and just goes right to the 12th fret. And I do want to point out that once I get up to the 4th, 5th, and 6th string, I pull the string down to bend rather than pushing it up. Have you ever tried pushing it up when you're on the other side of the G string? You know, you fret out. So these are all pull downs when you get up there. Push up, push up, push up, pull down, pull down, pull down. All a whole step every time. And at the very end, you're just going to do a little hammer. And then this brings us to the very last riff of the solo. Now put your pentatonic shape here in the 15th fret. It's like G minor pentatonic. So you're going to be up here 15, 17, and then 18, and you're going to put all of those 3 fingers on at the same time and then pull them off. And you do it kind of in a domino-like way where you just hear them all at once. And then you add the ring finger to the 2nd string in the 18th fret, and then back to that index finger in the 15th fret. And that's a quick little, well, it's just a quick little intro to the rest of the riff, which is coming down the pentatonic scale. You're going to come down 18 to 15, 18 to 15 again on the 2nd string. When you get to the 3rd string, you're going to use the blue note and go 18 to 17. And then an open G string. I don't know, listen to the recording. I hear an open G ringing right there. So you kind of pull off to that open G. And then just end it with a box shape right there at the end. Another pull off, and then right there in the 17th fret. And then let's also add that beginning riff, the slow, right, and that's it. Thank you for learning the Jeff Beck second course of his Scatterbrain solo with me today, and that was a lot of fun. I'll see you around.